What's up, everybody? It's your boy Steven J, and I'm here with Shutdown Steve, and we are talking about wrestling. WWE, WWF, UWF, WCW, AWA, ECW, and maybe do a little bit of TNA. Matter of fact, it's actually on right now. If I can just put it on. So we're gonna do our Monday Night Raw recap. Gonna try to talk about a little bit of Hell in a Cell. We talked about Hell in a Cell.
Survivor Series?
Survivor Series. To see what's going on. I just so not agree. Oh, in order. That's it. Let's take this tuner. Your mouth's gonna say what? You should be asleep, but I took the tuner. I could only record 5 things.
Look at Britney, she loves it.
Alright, let me give it back to her. Anyway, so we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw, some happenings that's going down this week. I was supposed to change this thing and move this thing over. Because I don't want to seem like I'm by myself and the camera's crooked. But it's all good. Because I'm going to eat my dinner, just got off work. So let's just start it off with Monday Night Raw. Big surprise, Vince McMahon shows up.
Big surprise.
But why does Vince have to show up to get a reaction? When again, face of the company can't do it. You need The Rock a couple weeks ago.
I was thinking about that.
And you need Vince to come in.
I was thinking about that. I was like, okay, so a couple weeks ago we got The Rock coming in, doing what he does, and now a couple weeks later, here comes Vince,
And here's
the chairman of the board.
And here's the bad thing even about that. Vince comes in, he's not coming in with nothing new. He's coming in with the same thing that he did with John Laurinaitis. He's coming in, he did the same thing with Vicky Guerrero. He's coming in, he did the same thing with Eric Bischoff.
Well, there's nothing really for Vince to do. What's he gonna come back and do?
I'm just saying, if you're gonna do something, come and try to take power back.
Well,
Let there be a power struggle. Say, hey, I'm bored. My wife ain't running for no office now. I want to be in control again, or whatever. Let there be a power struggle in the authority, or whatever. That will be a storyline. Versus Vince coming out, well, I'm going to give you to Survivor Series. If you can't do it, you're fired. Okay, how many times have we done seen that? It was great to see Vince. Love to see Vince. There's only one Vince McMahon. But I mean, if you're going to come out with something new. That's all I got to say.
Well, like he said, it was great to see Vince, and I was thinking about what he had said.
Salty, man.
When he said that if Team Cena wins, then the Authority will be disbanded, and I'm thinking, okay, so are they really going to disband the Authority and have some new general manager come up, or is it just get people excited, want to see the pay-per-view to buy the WWE Network? Which, by the way, I think you can tell they're desperate, because every week they gotta say, for just $9.99, and the fact that for new subscribers it's free the whole entire month, including Survivor Series. So you can tell they're desperate to get more people to get the network.
I wouldn't say that they're desperate. I would say they're anxious to get. I don't think they got desperation yet. I would say it's almost. They got like 700,000 subscribers, and once the UK goes online, the middle of the month or near the end of the month, that's probably another 200,000. Their goal is to have 1 million subscribers. The problem is content. Content, yeah. Again, if you're gonna show your heyday, which was the Attitude Era, then you can't give us this watered down product that you're giving every Monday night and SmackDown, every Monday night and Thursday night. And you can't just keep giving us that and then expect us to be okay with it. So, I mean, that's the problem. You're giving us a watered down version. You're showing us the glory days of the Attitude Era. And we love it because that's when wrestling became at its peak, its most popular. But at the same time, you look at what's happening now. I mean, come on. What they've done within the last couple years has compelled. If the Attitude Era was a 10, whatever the name of this era is right now, I gotta say the reality era. I gotta give it a 5. I really have to give it a 5. And again,
I think the Ruthless Aggression era, which was the one where Brock, Cena, and Randy Orton debuted in, I think that was the second best one because you're getting a whole lot of fresh new guys coming in, and you know they're trying to make their statement known because around that time, that's when The Rock was going to doing his movies, Stone Cold,
and at the same time,
retired, and Triple H was doing his thing with Evolution and everything.
And at the same time, you have, I forgot what point I was going to have on. What did you say?
I was talking about the Ruthless Aggression era.
No, yeah, and at the same time, speaking of Randy Orton, you totally messed up what you could have done with him. Randy has never faced Brock other than that one time, and Randy was a rookie, Brock was a champion. Having Randy Orton go against Brock Lesnar would have been great. Having him turn face, I don't even think there's a need to turn face. Randy Orton would have been able to transition to end that middle line where I called it a Stone Colder. He doesn't necessarily have to be a face that plays to the crowd. Doesn't have to be a heel that plays to the crowd. He can be in the middle. He can be like Stone Cold. He can be like Roman Reigns, and Ryback was when Ryback first came. Go out into the ring, get your work done, bam, leave. Randy Orton just happens to have mic skills a little bit. So he was alone on that, and he had been on a roll for a few weeks. So he loses to Cena, so Cena goes to face Brock and not Randy Orton. Nobody wants to see Cena and Brock Lesnar anymore. We're tired of it. As evidenced by Twitter, as evidenced by Facebook, as evidenced by Bleacher Report. No one wants to see Cena and Brock Lesnar again. You had an opportunity, Randy Orton, who can be that, like he was, I think he was like a lone wolf or whatever at one point. He can be the Legend Killer, the Viper. He can be, what's his other name?
The
Apex Predator, whatever, to go against Brock Lesnar because they put a thing on Facebook the other day talking about the RKO. WWE did. And it was, I forgot what they called it, but it was a video of Randy Orton just hitting the RKO out of nowhere or whatever. Him and Brock Lesnar, perfect match. They blew it and put John Cena in there.
Well, they can still do it. I mean,
and now Randy Orton's about to do a movie, so so now he's so-called possibly hurt. Although when he got curb stomped, his head
was already bleeding.
His head did hit the steps. His head did hit the steps. So I don't know the truth of the matter as far as if he got a real concussion or not. But when he actually got that curb stomp, I did watch it. And I was like, wow, I don't think his head was supposed to actually hit. It was supposed to maybe pretend put his hand up there or whatever. But I think his head actually did hit that steel step.
Well, as he said, Randy Orton is going to go make a movie. Its filming starts like November 15th or 11th or something like that. So it's not that far away. But, so he's being written off like Dean Ambrose was a couple months ago for Night of Champions. So,
well, again, if one of your top guys is out,
well, he's gotta go make a movie now. So it's not.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not like Brock is here.
No, I'm saying your top guy's out. You got a champion who doesn't defend, and obviously is not going to defend for 2 months, and hasn't made an appearance in 2 months.
I heard he might make an appearance. He's going to make an appearance at the Slammy Awards, the last Monday Night Raw.
Whatever.
Before.
Nobody cares about that. So you got a champion that, well, the face of the company that really nobody's likes. The only good happening in the company right now is possibly Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt, and a little friction there, or a little bit of heat there with Dolph Ziggler. But other than that, what do you have? There's no excitement in the tag team division. There's no excitement for Sheamus versus Rusev. There's no excitement even with Seth Rollins.
I thought you said Seth Rollins gives a good show.
With Dean Ambrose. Him and Dolph Ziggler had a pretty good match.
They match up pretty good to each other.
But they're not fighting.
They just had a match on Raw.
They had a match, and that was the match of the night for me.
Mine too.
But are they going to start a feud? If they're going to start a feud, okay. But it doesn't look like they're going to start a feud based off of Monday night. Because who is Seth Rollins going to feud against? John Cena now?
Well, he's going, as we heard, he's the leader of Team Authority, so he's obviously...
And they're really trying to push Survivor Series match like never before. Back in its heyday, Survivor Series, there was like 6 matches where you had 505.
Survivor Series hasn't been the best in a couple of years.
Huh?
Survivor Series hasn't been the best in the past couple of years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Recently, there's just been one traditional Survivor Series match to keep with the name, and then you had just regular one-on-one matches and tag matches and stuff like that. So they're really trying to push this Team Cena versus Team Authority or whatever, who's going to join and stuff like that.
That's why the whole month on the WWE Network is free, so the people who get excited.
They just need to put better content up there. Obviously, Legends House got good ratings apparently. Dumb Divas are getting good ratings on E or whatever, something like that. And that's why they're on the WWE Network now. The replays are. But other than that, what else?
I mean, reliving the pay-per-views.
The Miz was supposed to start a show years ago where he talked about dressing nice. It was stupid. I tell you what they need to do. Give Zack Ryder a show. He would be very good at it because that's how he got his fandom, from doing his social media things. Give Dolph Ziggler a show. Apparently Dolph had a show on YouTube a while back that everyone raved about, that liked it and said it was funny.
I think he stopped doing that. I haven't seen it.
And they said they stopped it and they're not really sure why. What else? They need to do follow. I don't want. No, you know what? They got the Dumb Divas show, and I think that's stupid. Following them, I was thinking maybe it was cool to follow some of the superstars. No. So let's talk about Monday Night Raw.
All right. So the first match was Dean Ambrose versus Cesaro in the match. Dean Ambrose had defeated Cesaro the following Friday.
He got a clean pin on Cesaro, which obviously I don't like, because Cesaro made a comment which I read, and I totally 1000% agree with what Cesaro said.
As true it may be, he spoke out of line. So for that, he's getting punished and he's losing matches now. I mean, I don't mind him losing to Dean Ambrose. I mean, it's not like he's losing to R-Truth or Zack Ryder. He's losing to, Dean Ambrose. I'm completely.
Well, what did he say?
Remember, he said he's getting sick and tired of seeing Randy Orton versus Cena for the 500th time, so he's getting punished for speaking out of terms.
I don't blame him. What are they going to do? They're not going to fire him because he's like one of your
best talents.
One of your best talents. So him speaking out, I got to go with what Stone Cold said. Something I don't like, I'm going to speak out on it.
Well, see, Stone Cold, they asked into consideration because he was their guy.
No, this was before Stone Cold became the guy. He was still the ringmaster.
Also that, because Vince did not want to lose Stone Cold because he saw some great talent in him.
Okay, but still, Cesaro is way more talented than Stone Cold Steve Austin is. He's athletic.
You're saying that if they had a match, Cesaro would win?
Stone Cold doesn't match up athletically with Cesaro. Can't do none of the stuff that maybe when he was stunning Steve in WCW, yes. Does Cesaro have mic skills like Stone Cold? No. He can't cut a promo like Stone Cold? No. The total package, No, because you got to include everything: wrestling skills, mic skills, in-ringmanship, and all of that. Cesaro has that in-ringmanship and athletic. Mic skills is where he falls short at. That's why he should have stayed with the swing. Everyone liked the swing. Everyone was getting involved with the swing. See, that's the kind of stupid stuff the WWE's doing right now. They stop. If everyone's getting with the guy, whether you like him or not, and they're swing and they're counting with the swing, why would you stop that? Why would you stop it?
It's kind of like when Stone Cold joined with Vince and people were booing him because those two had such a great rivalry with each other, and everyone's like, I just don't get it. Stone Cold and Vince had great chemistry when they were rivaling with each other.
But even then, they really didn't boo Stone Cold. It really didn't.
Yeah, they didn't boo him because they loved him too much. But still, they were just like, why would you stop something that's so great? Like, these two hated each other. Look at their past rivalry.
It didn't work, and it gave The Rock to surpass him big time.
All right, so then we had The Miz versus Jimmy Uso, and The Miz won. Yep. The Usos have been doing twin magic with the tag matches the past couple of weeks, so they finally got, The Miz finally got a little bit of closure.
Something happened on that match that had me laughing. The other Uso guy. Did the mail come today? Did you get the mail?
Yeah, I saw it last year.
Anyway, one of the Usos was pretending to do what Sandow did outside the ring, and it was kind of funny that they were both just going like this, pretending like they were actually in the match. I just thought that was funny.
Also, that's funny, but since whatever his name is, Mizdow does it by himself, it's not funny.
No, I just thought it was funny to see both of them doing it at the same time, because Jay was like this and Damian was like this. So they were both, whatever. It was funny for that instant. Right. But again, Mizdow is getting heat. People are still calling for him. It's going to be interesting. I still think it's stupid that he does it, but it's going to be interesting to see what he can do because he's generating something. And again, I look at the fact that Stone Cold called him out and said that he was a great talent. I personally haven't really seen that yet, but I'm not a wrestler. So if Stone Cold says that he's got something there, let's give him a chance to see what he has. I don't personally like it, but the fans are with him right now. So eventually you can see a feud coming between him and Miz. The problem is, what's going to happen after do you have enough momentum to be able to go on your own? I personally don't think that Harper and Rowan have enough momentum to go on their own without Bray Wyatt, but
I think Eric Rowan has more momentum going in.
Eric Rowan doesn't speak.
No. Wait, is that Eric? No, Luke Harper. Luke Harper has more momentum going in.
I don't think Luke Harper either.
Luke Harper, it does pretty good.
No, he's a good wrestler.
I think
he's giving us great matches.
I didn't say he would survive without Bray Wyatt. I'm saying compared to Eric Rowan, he can do better. He'll survive longer, at least. They can kind of, I read something that they can kind of build him kind of like they do Rusev as this like unstoppable monster who just can't be stopped.
Nah, I don't even see him as that. I see him as a henchman, and I can see him being a popular henchman. Kind of how like when Diesel came in with Shawn Michaels, a henchman. When Batista came
Diesel
in,
broke out and became an all-star.
And when Diesel came in as Deacon Batista with Devon, Sid, basically all these guys that came in as henchmen, they eventually broke out and something.
So you gotta give him a chance at least.
Well, they all broke out because they broke up. These guys didn't break up.
Technically, because he let him go.
Still, it really doesn't work, and I don't think. Maybe in a year, maybe 6 months.
Okay, I'll give you this.
But not now.
I'll give you this. You didn't think Dean Ambrose was going to survive because you didn't like him and you were like, yeah, I don't think he'll survive.
I did.
Rollins, but look, he survived and he's excelled way past what you thought.
Okay, who did?
Dean Ambrose.
Let me tell you why. About to shut him down again. Roman Reigns' character from The Shield until now has been the same.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Rollins, from his character, technically never had one. But when he left the Shield, you sold out guy, still the same. Dean Ambrose,
He was always the crazy lunatic guy.
Dean Ambrose never played the crazy lunatic when he was with the Shield. He was always that guy as the leader and was cool, calm, and collective and can be downright dirty. But the whole Roddy Piper thing, just all this messed up hair stuff, no. He just started doing this after Seth Rollins did that. And when he came back, that's when he did. So he came back, changed his character a little bit, and that's when they started doing the comparison to Roddy Piper. Because Roddy Piper was doing some crazy stuff, acting crazy, and was going full steam ahead and everything. Dean Ambrose wasn't like that when he was with the Shield. So there's a different comparison. This is Dean Ambrose version 2. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins are technically still the same. Ambrose.
Okay, I can see what you're saying. He wasn't as crazy, but you can still see the crazy. He got the nickname the Lunatic Fringe while he was in the Shield.
Yeah, but.
So he was the lunatic friend was born in the Shield. He just let it all come loose once he finally broke away.
I disagree.
Well, anyway, this whole thing with Miz now and the Miz, it's kind of the same thing with how the Miz was with Daniel Bryan, how the Miz was with Alex Riley.
Yeah.
How eventually his sidekick always exceeds him, and then they'll eventually get into a feud with each other. That's just what I see.
Well, the Miz never liked Daniel Bryan in the first place. They never got along from day one. Alex Riley, yeah, they was the henchmen or whatever. Until the Miz started losing, then he started beating him up. So that hasn't happened yet with him and Miz down. So once that happens, that's when it's coming to a break. Whatever.
All right.
Same storyline though.
So we had a quick little match between Sheamus and Tyson Kidd. Speaking of Sheamus, which I confirmed for the first time on the show, I called it when I said that it was going to be Sheamus versus Rusev for the United States Championship.
And all I gotta say to that is, who cares?
I care because finally I can say I called it. I said it.
I don't remember it.
You said it was.
What was your exact words?
My exact words were Rusev will challenge Sheamus for the United States Championship because he's beaten all who's come before him, thus proving himself ready for a title shot. He beat Sheamus, and now he's the United States Champion. Again, still disrespecting it. Hey, look, I didn't
even see the match on the network.
I didn't either.
But I know he won. But Sheamus tweeted and said something. I didn't tap out or I didn't quit or whatever or something like that. So
I think it was like all the rest of them where he just passed out.
Oh, he passed out. How many times are they gonna do that?
So Sheamus did beat Tyson Kidd. Alright, so then we had Dolph Ziggler was scheduled for a match. The Authority comes out and they're basically trying to convince Dolph Ziggler, don't join Cena. If you join Cena, Cena will take all the credit and you'll just be the other guy. And so they try to convince him to, come to the Authority side, and Ziggler's like, no, I don't want to. I want you two gone, out of power, yada yada. So he puts him in a match with Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship on the line. Ziggler was about to lose until Randy Orton comes and hits the RKO. Thus, Seth Rollins winning by disqualification. And then Randy Orton does go in the back, and Triple H gives him a match with Seth Rollins that night for the main event. So if you were and Randy Orton did threaten to go on Team Cena. So if he's back by Survivor Series, then he'll be on Team Cena.
Who?
Randy Orton. Because if you weren't sure if he was a face last week when he RKO'd him, you're pretty sure now.
Well, I mean, obviously he never got his title shot, so now he's going to make a movie, so he's never going to get his title shot. So obviously he
still has an opportunity to get his title shot. Because
he's not going to get a title shot.
Remember, there's the pay-per-view before WrestleMania.
Well, no, my point is he's going to come back, and I think he may just join Team Cena, because I could see Ziggler being on Team Cena, and I could see Randy Orton being Team Cena.
Big Show did offer to be on his team.
I wouldn't pick the Big Show at all.
But if the Authority did send Kane to go see if Mark Henry wanted to join.
So if you got, this is probably who's going to be Team Authority: Seth Rollins, Mark Henry, Rusev, and Kane.
But they still need fifth person.
And the fifth person probably is going to be Maybe Cesaro. Because who else you got that's a bad guy?
I would say Bray Wyatt, but he's feuding with Dean Ambrose.
So other than that, maybe Harper or Rowan, one of those guys.
I don't. You wouldn't think it would be Triple H. I mean,
I would think Triple H would do it because the job is on the line, so I can see him doing that. Team Cena, of course, you got Dumb Cena. You're gonna have probably Big Show, probably Ziggler. I think Ryback might come and.
See, I was thinking that, but you remember what happened last time Cena and Ryback decided to work together. It didn't seem to work out too well. Anyway, so then you had Ryback versus Titus O'Neil. Ryback is back. He is a face again, doing the whole "feed me more" chants. You know, he promises that.
I saw his interview on the WWE Network. It was quite heartfelt.
He was saying that he didn't want it. He said he didn't want it. Well, he doesn't have no mic skills. So he was just basically just like in that interview. He was like, you know, I feel sorry for what I did. That wasn't me. You know, I'll never do that again. I'm back with the fans, whatever, like that. But when he came out, they are chanting "Feed Me More," but I still don't hear them screaming for him like they did when he first came out. When he first had his first one as a face, where they were like, "Yeah, Ryback." They're still not there
because
yet.
they're not there yet because they're not really sure. Okay, what is he good or is he bad? No one knows because he never really did an interview live on Raw. He never really. The only thing he did was come out against Dumb Leave, and he beat him and he beat Titus O'Neil. Other than that, so. I guess everyone's going to come out and do an open challenge.
All right, so then we had Big Show versus Mark Henry on Raw. Big Show won by disqualification.
I got to say, I was quite disappointed in this match. I expected better. I expected the old style when they went toe-to-toe and they would just... It was a grapple and a suplex off the rope that broke the ring and stuff like. I don't
think he was going to see the suplex again.
I was looking for that type of match where they went back and forth. Not the way it ended. I was quite disappointed. I'm still upset by the fact that they broke up the tag team. The world's biggest tag team could have been, that would have strengthened your tag team division if you had kept Big Show and Mark Henry together.
You know, it's interesting because this past Friday night on SmackDown. Mark Henry was in an interview and he said, before we had only figured out that he said because Mark Henry said he attacked the Big Show because he said Big Show was going to attack him first or he was jealous of him. But on Friday Night SmackDown, he went a little more deep with it and he said Big Show tried to outdo me when it came to beating Rusev because I felt like that's something I had to do. I had to beat Rusev, and when I failed and didn't do it, here comes Big Show, and he's trying to outdo me and try to do what I couldn't do. So I'm thinking, okay, that's a better reason, at least a better explanation of why you broke up the team.
So stupid.
Because he felt threatened. He's like, okay, you're trying to outdo me by doing something I couldn't do by beating Rusev. Something I promised the WWE Universe that I would do, which I never did, and so he felt threatened or whatever. So that's a better explanation.
Again, but you have.
I still don't agree with them breaking up, but it's a better explanation of why they broke up.
But my problem is if you got a tag team division that's lacking like that, what it is now, you need Big Show and Mark Henry to continue the tag team to keep that division competitive and interesting. And with them, then who does that leave you with?
Usos, Goldust and Stardust,
Gold Star,
the Lost Matadors,
and that's it. That's it. You got 3 days on tag team.
That's it. Well, I don't know. Maybe is Slater Gator still together?
No, I hope not. That was stupid.
Well, if they're not, then all you got is 3 tag teams.
That's why I'm saying they should have kept it because it was starting to get. Because even when the Miz and Mizdow was teaming up, it's like, okay, that's interesting.
Oh, they're a team.
They don't tag a lot.
Yeah, they don't. But they're.
I mean, when the Miz was with Big Show, that was great.
And Jericho with Bishop was kind of good too, especially their feud with their DX.
What's next?
There was a Divas match.
Who?
Divas match.
I don't care.
Then was Zack Ryder versus Rusev. Rusev, of course, won. Then they cut a promo about how they're going to beat Sheamus, which again, Rusev did beat Sheamus and become the new United States champion. I found it interesting though when Stephanie tried to come in the back and try to get Rusev on her team, on Team Authority, because she was like, you know, you've never been pinned, you've never been submitted, so you know, you could be a real great asset to our team. But the problem with that is, I see Rusev just won the United States Championship, and you can't have your new United States champion being Rusev. You can't have him have a sucky reign like Sheamus and Dean Ambrose did.
Who are you talking to? I wasn't here.
I can still talk to them.
I wasn't here. Did anyone say anything back?
Doesn't matter.
Who are you talking to? Because I left the room, y'all, and I heard him still talking. He could have got up and pressed pause on the thing and restarted it when I came back.
Oh my gosh. That's... I've lost my train of thought.
You were talking about Rusev and Zack Ryder. Poor Zack.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. I want to know what he did to get.
Oh, he wants to be on Team Cena. He sent a tweet out. He was like, "Yo, Cena, you know, if you need a member of your team, I'll be there for you." You know,
And he was trending last week.
You know, he'll be the first eliminated if he's on
He
Team
was
Cena.
trending last week. And apparently,
Zack Ryder?
yeah, he was trending last week. I don't know why. And I made a comment. I was like, something about, wow, another wasted talent. A guy that has good talent. May not the mic skills, but Zack Ryder was pretty good in the ring.
Alright, so then you have Fernando versus Stardust. And Fernando won.
Who?
Fernando from the Los Matadores.
Huh.
He, again, they've been beating them by the distraction of the Bull. So, you know, I'm guessing there'll be in a tag team match for their titles down the line somewhere.
You know, I guarantee you,
And if it is, the Goldust or Stardust will win.
Little Dust is going to be on there next week. Because the Little Bull Boy is getting involved in the match. Then you're going to have either Little Star or Little Dust going to be in the match. He just puts a right. Which is going to make me even more mad.
Alright, so then the main event, Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton. Match was okay. Seth Rollins ended up winning by a backslide kind of pin after Randy Orton attempted to go for the RKO.
Which I was shocked by.
I mean, you know, if you're gonna have Rick Newton lose, fine, but at least by like something better than that. I mean, he's a 12-time world champion. Having him lose like that is kind of, you know, a shine of shame.
And that's the thing that I don't like, because you never see John Cena lose like that.
Because he's a face and he's a 15-time.
Okay, that's bullcrap though. You're gonna let Randy Orton lose like that.
No,
but
Cena wasn't on Raw this week, but Cena actually didn't lose to Seth Rollins last week. It ended like in a no contest or disqualification.
No, that's what I'm saying. Cena, there's always there's outside interference, or he gets knocked out, nobody sees it, so it's not really a clean pin. Randy Orton, he gets beat by a clean pin.
Well, he had to go. He had to get written off so he can go for his story.
Okay, I understand that he gets beat by a clean pin though. Again, that's the kind of stuff that I don't like, because it's remnants of what do you call it? What's his name? The glory days of the NWO, the days of DX that I'm not jobbing to him or whatever and stuff like that. Come on.
All right, so that was it for Raw. It's not on Bleacher Report anymore, but
What?
I said it's not. The thing I'm about to say is not on Bleacher Report anymore, but I saw something.
On where was it at again?
I said on Bleacher Report. I saw something that said the WWE was trying to redo everything over again. Their WrestleMania plans.
No, they didn't. I know what you're talking about.
Huh?
That was an opinion by one of the writers.
No, you sure? I swear it said they were.
No, that was an opinion by the writer saying that what they can do, and I pretty much 90% agree with what the guy was saying. But I think what you're talking about was what the guy was saying, what they should do.
I swear it said the WWE was going to be doing that. Rebook everything, and I was like, oh, okay.
Well, also, apparently the story that was online that Kurt Angle re-signed with TNA appeared to be false. That he did not re-sign with TNA.
I think he truly does want to go back to WWE.
I think he does.
They're just making it hard for him.
Again, my problem is if you giving Brock Lesnar, who's not injured, 2 months off, nothing, but Kurt Angle, who's willing to wrestle, but on a part-time schedule. And again, a part-time schedule could be, okay, I'll show up on Mondays and Fridays for SmackDown, and that's it. I'll cut promos and stuff like that, but I don't want to do any house shows. I'll be like, okay, all right, cool. You don't want to do any house shows? How about do one house show a month or whatever, or 2 house shows a month, or a week of house shows a month. So out of 30 days, you're gonna do it's 8 live events, TV events, and you're gonna do 5 house shows. That's once a week. I would take that deal. Again, Kurt Angle was old. He's injured, and he's injured prone now because he's been hurt so much in TNA. That's why a lot of wrestlers like TNA, because of the part-time schedule that they offer you, but they hate TNA because of the way the company is ran. It's just not ran right. But
I'm shocked that they're still in business, but I guess it's never
you need Kurt Angle to go up against Rusev to get Rusev even more. Who's more American than Kurt Angle?
So for Kurt Angle to come back and beat Rusev?
Yeah.
Oh. Right.
He's the United States champion now. So wow, he's desecrated America, and he may desecrate the belt and stuff like that. So again, he went against the real American Jack Swagger. He went up against the Olympic champion, Mark Henry. He went up against the Big Show. Big Show whipped down the flag and got national attention for about a week.
Beat Big E.
Big E. Nobody can beat the guy. Kurt Angle coming in, an Olympic gold medalist. Yes, to redeem it, you need him. If not him, the only likely choice to go up against Rusev now would be Ryback. But I wouldn't put Ryback now, because how are you going to tell a story from here? November, December, January, February, March. So for 4 months, they can't be feuded for 4 months. It just won't work. So other than that's why you have to hire Kurt Angle, and I'm sure his demand isn't much. I mean, first of all, have some type of loyalty.
He is a former WWE and a former world champion.
Right. I mean, he did a lot for the company. He when he was there, and he left. The only reason why he left is because of the schedule. That's it.
But some bad injury too. If we think about.
But give him a shot to come back. You need it, because we're getting sick and tired of Cena. And I did see an article where Hulk Hogan was talking about when he made the transition to the heel or whatever, and how he was saying that it would be great for John Cena to do that or whatever. But he was saying also, John Cena goes sees the injured soldier. Well, first of all, everyone knows wrestling isn't real. So, and he said that he got even more popular when he became a heel. And here's the thing, it all depends on what type of heel that you're talking about. Hogan, when he became joined the NWO, I'm trying to think, I don't think he went after the crowd per se. He just was like, hey, this is what I'm doing, all that.
He was just more of a bully type, where he
didn't do what Ryback did, which messed Ryback up. Shut up, fans! You don't know what you're talking about. I can't stand you. He didn't do that. When you do that, it kind of messes you up. If Cena comes off and does that, saying "screw you, fans, I never wanted you and like you, whatever," or something like that.
I think it would work more for him because the fans for so long have been cheering to him. You suck. You can't wrestle. We don't want you here anymore. Oh, yada yada yada. I think that would work more for him.
It will work one time. It will work one time. Say, is this what you want? Now screw you all, whatever. It will work that one time. But him beating up Daniel Bryan and all the other faces and stuff like that, that would work. But attacking the fans doesn't necessarily make you a heel. It just makes you like, let's boo him or whatever. But whatever, it's weak. That's why Ryback didn't really get all that heat as a heel. Think about it. He came into the ring. He picked Cena up. What did he call? What's his name?
Shot.
He gave him a shell shock.
Well,
the crowd
saved Cena from Mark Henry first.
Okay,
and then he shell shocked.
He shell shocked him. The crowd went wild when he did that. The next week he comes out. Shut up! I don't need you. This, that, and the other. The fans are like, yeah, Ryback, yeah. And he gets the mic. Shut up! You people make me sick. I don't need you. What? And it's just like, okay, boo, whatever. And it's not even. It's like boo. And so he's talking now. I'm just like, you don't even deserve to get my boo. It's just, I'm waiting for your promo to be over.
Remember they
so then it's Ryback rules.
To make one of them?
And then we put on the hat now and this, that, and the other. And chanting Goldberg to make him mad and stuff like that. But it never went well because the one thing there's certain people that can attack the fans and say shut up and stuff like that. The Miz can do it. Sandow can do it. Cody Rhodes, he can do it. There are a lot of heels. Shawn Michaels can do it. The Rock can do it. It's not necessarily Stone Cold.
No.
Triple H can do it. Batista can do it.
They booed him anyway.
But I'm talking about before that. But for the most part, just be a bad guy. Attack the faces or whatever. You ain't got to say much.
But you always said that you weren't technically a heel until you turn on the fans. If you just like, all right, if you're like in case of Mark Henry and Big Show, you just turn on your partner or whatever, all right, you're a heel. But you're like, no, not until they turn on the fans and tell them to shut up or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's when they're truly a heel.
Yeah.
But you're saying that they don't need to do that.
I'm saying John Cena doesn't need to do that. John Cena does it the first time, I don't need you, and then he just goes about his business. Because again, Hulk Hogan was in the middle when he became NWO. Okay. But the guys who are technically that heel role right now in the WWE,
that's Rusev.
They go after the fans.
Like Rusev and Lana, they go after the fans.
They go after the fans.
I think
Randy Orton, case in point. 2 weeks ago when Randy Orton comes out, they're cheering him and they're thanking you, Orton, thank you, Orton. And then he turns on the fans saying your team is going to lose in the World Series. Then dumb Cena comes out. What are you talking about? They're rooting for their team. Whatever.
Yeah, right.
And I don't think he needed to do that.
He didn't need to do that. He didn't need to do that. They were already cheering him anyway, and he was still the heel at this time.
And I'm sorry, I like Randy Orton, but an actor he is not. I like Dean Ambrose, an actor he is not.
We haven't seen his movie yet.
I don't need to see his movie. There's all these guys. The Rock set the precedent. Hulk Hogan really did. He laid the foundation, but The Rock set the precedent. As far as what a movie star is and a person that can actually act. Stone Cold did his thing, and unfortunately Stone Cold can only fall in to one role, and that's be some rough and tumble guy, tough guy, whatever, stuff like that. John Cena tried it. He was a horrible actor in all the movies that he went in. The Miz, horrible actor. Big Show tried that little thing where he was a dumb, retarded knucklehead, and the only scene that was funny was when he was on the bus and he farted. Other than that, it was bad. Triple H and the exterminator or babysitter or bus driver, the chaperone, not funny, not a good actor.
He did 2 movies and it just didn't work.
Who was the other guy that did the Marine?
Ted DiBiase.
Ted DiBiase, not a good actor. Not good actors. They may have the look. Not a good actor. Randy Orton is not an actor. Kane, when he did the thing as a killer,
well, that's all he did. He didn't really talk. All he did was kill
that's
people.
what I'm saying. Again, that just really doesn't work.
That worked better for him.
And even that was funny the other day when he comes out and he sits on the couch with Rowan and they look at each other and he goes, "That was my favorite scene right here." And he was like, or he said something about, "Oh, you scared me." I think Rowan said it to Kane. And Kane sat down and then he looked at him killing somebody. He was like, "That's my favorite scene right there," or whatever. So you got Survivor Series coming up. Obviously, you're gonna have Rusev versus Sheamus for the title. Tag team titles, we don't know. Obviously, you're gonna have AJ versus
Nikki Bella.
the Bella girl.
Her thing with Paige is over.
Who is
now.
the
Intercontinental Champion is still Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler? We don't know who he's gonna go up against. It would be nice. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So he's gonna be in Team Cena. Then right now they just don't have anybody right now in this. That's a shame.
Oh man.
Which I saw an article. And I totally agree because it said that TNA had some great wrestlers. Like who was the guy? AJ Styles. Is it AJ Styles? AJ Styles is a great wrestler. I watched TNA. He was under Ric Flair tutelage for a while. The guy was a great wrestler. He didn't re-sign his contract with TNA and he went overseas to New Japan Wrestling. And he's over there right now. The WWE never gave him a second thought. And that's the narcissistic way. The narcissistic way of the WWE, how they used to be when they never acknowledged WCW, ECW, or any other wrestling organization because they thought they were so high up that there's no need to acknowledge them. But they were wrong.
They're wrong.
They were wrong that they finally, hey, let's go to ECW. Let's get some of these guys. Let's look at WCW and see what they got. Let's get these guys.
Well,
AJ Styles.
Obviously, they're learning something because that's why you got guys like Adrian Neville over there on NXT.
Okay, but NXT is good, but they're not going to bring these guys up. I don't think anyone in NXT is ready to come up yet. Give them another 6 months. I'd say, yeah, bring Adrian Neville up. And maybe the Prince guy, whatever his name is, and that crazy guy who reminds me of McGillicuddy. But other than that, which I read an article that says that they only make like $500 a show or whatever, which is still really good money, but still. Anyway, so there's guys in TNA that left. Like Samoa Joe, would I like to see him in the WWE? I don't know. I definitely still think they need to bring the Dudley Boys back. But there are wrestlers there that are pretty good. That guy, Bobby Roode, very good wrestler. I like him. He'll be great in the WC. I would actually like to see them bring, what's the black guy? Bobby Lashley back.
He's in UFC right now.
I understand. He's in both UFC, but he's also TNA champion. So let's see. Because that's the last channel that I was watching to see if anything is happening on TNA. Did I watch SmackDown? I didn't even watch SmackDown.
It was a moment of loneliness. It was a moment of bitterness, of sadness, sitting on the roof. It was, yeah.
After Katrina, did you feel alone?
I had no one
You can really depend on.
I had no one to depend on.
Or share your innermost issues with.
I can't.
That's why they feel like you're a one-man show, because you had to be. Because if you didn't take responsibility for you, there was nobody there to help you. So you're constantly in survival mode.
Alright, let's see. TNA. Let's see if it goes back. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But as of right now, the news on TNA is it's not ready for download. It may take up to 3 hours. What? Anyway, their contract was up. They renewed their contract to the end of the year with Spike TV. There was a rumor that said that they re-signed with Spike TV for another year. But then that news that came out was false because Dixie Carter tweeted that great news coming or whatever. But apparently that news was false. And apparently all the shows up from now to the end of the year are already taped. So we don't really know anything. And I did see Brodus Clay in a match. He didn't look good. I watched the match. I saw it on the Impact Wrestling's YouTube page. where he was fighting somebody, and he just did not look great. And I'm not talking about him from when he was the Funkasaurus. I'm talking about when he first came out of NXT. That Brodus Clay.
I think that's Gail Kim from WWE.
Gail Kim sucked when she was in the WWE. How about an elbow to the back of the head? Whatever happened to that big black woman? Awesome Kong.
Karma.
Awesome Kong. She was Awesome Kong here. Well, they did bring her over. I know she got pregnant, which she did get pregnant for real in real life. But I don't know whatever happened to her and why she never came back, because it's definitely been over 9 months. So
Last time I saw, I think it was the Royal Rumble, and she got eliminated, but that was it.
she came back?
No, I mean, that was about a couple years ago. She was in the
No, she made her debut, and she got into the ring, and the ladies jumped her, and that was it. So anyway,
she came to the room when she got eliminated by those.
Don't tell me, no, man. You're
Yeah.
absolutely wrong
No,
about
I'm
that. You're absolutely wrong about that.
I'm about to prove him wrong.
So for Stephen J, Shut Down Steve, formerly known as Simply Steve, we are done talking about wrestling. Again, if you guys, you see your boy put on YouTube, he called you Shut Down.
No, I haven't checked the comments in a while.
And see, this is what I'm talking about. Look at the fans. Look at the fans. They're just sitting there like, okay.
Some of them are making noise.
No, look at the people right there. Look at them. They're not doing anything. Look at that guy. He's on his phone. Look at that little boy. He's just sitting down there. Okay, what's next? This is not only because it's the women's match, but this is like even in the main event matches and stuff like that. Nobody seems like they're involved in the match. It's like, okay, we're just here right now maybe because it's free to get in. Okay. So, he was right. So, we are done talking about wrestling. So for Stephen J, again, and for Simply Steve, I'll call him Shut Down next week. We are done talking about wrestling. Peace.